Coma. We got three different ways, three different reviews. So it's just them two. So I'll read the one out of the book, and then Dre and Quandre. Oh, they can read. They can read. Oh,
I'll just say this one to look at them.
oh yeah. And they could, we gonna give you three examples of what it is. So this week is Crystal Coma. Crystal Coma is a hybrid strain. It's from California. That's where it's created at. The smell and the taste is cheese, musk, and earthy. The common effects is relaxed, spacey, and sleepy. I like spacey weeds. I like the spacey weeds. The top usage used for medicine is stress, and it won awards for medical cannabis cup. So I won an award in the medical cannabis cup. And similar strands would be sour diesel, head cheese, and cheese number 2. And a little breakdown on Crystal Coma is with the TH level surpassing 26%, it's no wonder Crystal Coma is well known as a top shelf medical strand. A nighttime only smoke. These buds are stacked with crystals and the flavors are noticeable skunky and absolutely intoxicating. The deep, relaxing stone is very creeping, draining all your energy instantly and heavily sedating your body, your entire body. That's the description on Crystal Coma. I'm sorry, I'm a little stoned right now. When I looked up, I forgot where I was at for a minute. so I apologize. I'm fried, so I'm looking down, trying to focus, and then I looked up. I was somewhere else. But Trey, you got the next Trey. Trey reading from Google AI, and Keon is reading from Leaf.
Okay, this is the Google. Yeah,
that's the right one, Keon. My fault.
Crystal Coma is a sativa dominant strain with a 30-70 indica sativa ratio. What is really interesting about the strain is that it creates a spectacular 27% THC content, which is quite unusual considering its heritage. Crystal Coma is a cross between a skunk and cheese, and it is incredibly potent. Keeping this in mind, it is not for the faint of heart. The strain is known for giving experienced users a run for their money at the same time. Upon closer inspection, you will come to realize that buds are tree-shaped, lime green in color, and with orange hairs. As for the smell, it is intense, blend of pine and lemon with cheesy undertones. On the other hand, Crystal Coma does taste clean and crisp with hints of spice. The flavor will give you more than enough reason to keep coming back for more. Crystal Coma offers a high unlike anything you may have experienced before. It manages to deliver a heady high that will uplift your mood in no time. Moreover, you will feel euphoric and happy, which is perfect for individuals having a bad day. The high can easily last you anywhere in between 2 to 5 hours. You will feel energized and focused all the while singing to a state of satisfaction. That being said, the strain is known for treating several medical conditions, including stress, anxiety, and even depression. It sounds like a great strain to me. It sounds like something I would like to try since one of my favorite strains is blue cheese. I'm heavy with that skunk and cheesy.
And I'm glad that we got 3 different reviews because out of the Greens book, this Crystal Coma, hadn't been grew by a different grower for it to be a hybrid. That one it was grown by different growers or described by different growers. So they made it as a sativa.
Right.
And yours might be different.
Crystal Coma is a highly potent sativa dominant hybrid cannabis strain. Its name comes from its high THC content, up to 30%, and its ability to induce a state of temporary paralysis. However, it is known for its uplifting euphoric effects, often leading to a boost in focus and creativity. Key characteristics: type sativa dominant hybrid, approximately 70% sativa, 30% indica. THC content high, typically ranging from 27 to 30%. This makes it best suited for experienced users. Effects: initial heightened senses, intense cerebral elevation, mental stimulation. Users often report feeling euphoric, happy, and focused. Later, profound body relaxation and pain relief. The strain can lead to couch lock and aid in sleep. Flavor and aroma is pungent and cheesy with notes of diesel and citrus. Some users also detect hints of pine and skunk. Appearance: has large, dense buds, sorry, y'all, covered in a thick layer of frosty trichomes. Possible uses: recreational, enhances mood, sparks creativity and productivity, and is ideal for social situations. Medical uses: may offer relief from conditions like anxiety, depression, chronic stress, pain, and sleep issues. Important notes: crystal coma is a creeper strain, meaning its full effects might not be felt immediately. While it can be beneficial for some, its high potency might be overwhelming for others. The exact genetic lineage of crystal coma is unknown, though experts believe it to be a cross of cheese, skunk number one, and an unknown indigo. It is not typically available as seeds or clones. Damn, you can't even get the strain.
And that sounds good.
Yeah, man, that shit sounds good as hell.
Yeah, definitely. So, Mama, do you have a favorite strand?
A favorite. I love purple.
Okay.
Okay. Huh?
Purple haze.
I'm not the best I ever had was something called purple muffin.
Purple muffin.
I have
Purple
blueberry
muffin.
I never had purple muffin.
It was so purple it turned my butter purple.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah.
And it was awesome. Best I've ever since then I've always been partial to something purple.
I'm not a big fan of
Yeah, I love purple shit.
I'm not a big
I
fan of
always
purple.
love purple weed.
See, I love the purples.
Purple, blue.
Um,
Anything with that blue, purple hue, I'm fucking with.
The purple, I'm not really too big of a fan. Because I feel like the purple be tricky. I feel like people be getting tricked with the purple. Like it might look like something good.
Nowadays.
And yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Nowadays, you do gotta be careful. They do spray.
Yeah.
you see,
They
yeah.
do spray it, and that's some bullshit.
Right.
That is not what it's all meant to be about.
Right.
Right. None of this trickery.
They tricking the weed man so much now, man.
It's bad though, and that kind of in a way, because don't get me wrong, you have the legal market, and then you have the people, the gray area businesses. But you have in the gray area businesses, you also have people that really know how to grow cannabis,
Yes, you do.
and they can grow top shelf cannabis. The only thing is they're just not licensed or legal. But the thing is with it, it's like some people that grow, when you say homegrown, could be some better flower than you done bought at a shop, a dispensary,
Oh,
anything.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That
There
happens to
are
me
some
before,
wizards
so I
out
don't know.
there.
Yeah.
There really are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with you making edibles, do you also grow flower?
I do not grow.
Okay.
I've tried and I really sucked at that.
Okay.
I import.
Okay.
I do import, but I do use only flour. Well, distillate also, but I don't use shake. I don't use trim. I use a lot of good,
Okay.
clean, pesticide-free organic buds.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's the one. You already heard she got a cookie that's this big. That's 40 milligrams. You gonna eat that shit? You be like, oh, that was cool.
2 bites.
I say, what's her name? What's her name that gave me that cookie again? You ain't even gonna be able to remember Mama.
You're my challenge,
Come on, there you go, Jado. Listen, so Mama, you pick which one you want for Jado. Which one you feel like will put him really where
Give his
he's
ass that 200.
I'm going with the brownie.
okay.
The
Yeah.
brownie. If I'd have known I was
Yeah.
being challenged,
Yeah.
I'd have brought the
See,
banana
yeah.
bread.
The banana bread.
Oh yeah,
I would have
right?
tried it, yeah.
It's
She
banana
challenged you to
blueberry.
this brownie, bro. So wait, man. So
Brownie, not that.
Okay.
I do this, bro.
Okay.
Every day, bro.
Okay. All right. So, mama, we might not hear from him tomorrow. He might be asleep all day. Then he could be like, nah, bro, I was just tired. Nah, that was the brownie.
My body been aching, man.
Because what Keon said, Keon drank that juice. He like, oh, bro, this shit, what was it, 60 milligrams? He like, oh, 60, that ain't nothing, bro. He started sitting there sweating. He like, yo, bro, I'm fried, man. I got a 20. And I felt like, it was cool.
Yeah.
I still was in the, but I might, I'm sorry, my words are coming. I microdose gummies every day. So I might take a 10 or a 20 every day, depending on how
Right.
But that 20 just drinking it and not, it took me a little bit. So I'm like,
the drinks hit differently.
Yeah,
they hit differently.
You
Just like, edibles hit differently
Because
than
it sneak up
smoking.
on you.
right.
Yeah, the thing with me
Just be
with
chilling, you be just hitting the weed, and that shit can smack your ass out of nowhere.
the thing with me with the drinks were it's just the taste. Like I don't like too much of the THC actually tasting the THC.
Right.
So like that's one thing for me. It'll take me a little bit longer, but other than that, like I'll drink it, I'll like sip on it. It was pretty decent.
No, I did have like a funny aftertaste.
Yeah.
You have the emulsion?
I believe so.
You believe so?
I believe so.
I don't know what they made it with, but I know that shit tasted. You tasted the weed in it.
I think you had the green one. I had the.
It was a mocktail. It was a mocktail. Yeah, it was a blue mocktail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That it's a totally different high than smoking.
Right.
Yeah.
And
That's why I feel like I can't never really tell if I'm like if I feel the high from that. It was
Right.
like I'm only smoking, so it's like, is this the weed high or the?
That's a different high. That shit paralyzed my body.
I know the
Okay,
difference because it's hard to find weed that hits me.
Yeah.
So I know if I've had an edible.
Right.
And myself, I won't, unless I get silly, I usually won't eat one of my edibles except in the evening.
Okay.
When I'm home, when I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they do hit me and I have quite a tolerance.
So let me ask you this: Do you do your edibles based off of like because you got some people don't like to smoke flower,
Right.
so they might like to take a gummy or a bite of a brownie early in the morning before they go to work. Do you do sativas, indicas, like balanced
I
out?
do not.
Okay.
I do not.
Okay.
I use one strain.
Okay,
and-
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do, but you don't, because it
But
depends on the strain, whatever.
What it is I use distillate in certain
Okay,
products,
okay.
like the cereal bars.
Okay.
And the distillate acts in such a way with the flour that it gives it a much more energized, speedy effect
Okay.
than when I'm just using the butter or oil.
Okay.
In that case, like with the brownie there, that's strictly butter and oil.
So which one?
I'm gonna tell her, bro. I'm gonna tell her.
No, distillate just the way it interacts with the flour, with the THC butter, it seems to energize the THC, give it more of a sativa effect.
Right. So you can eat it. You can eat a piece of that before you go to do something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
you
like
know,
these, I advise at home in the evening. Other products like the cereal bars and the chocolate, chocolates, gummies, you're more able to function during the day with.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely dope. So, do y'all got any more questions for Mama? I got one last one.
So I want to know, like, what age did you get into the cannabis? Like, actually take this as a serious thing?
I was 60.
60?
60 years old,
So you're
yeah.
in there pretty late, but you.
Oh yeah, midlife crisis.
I had to figure out what you was doing. I mean, it worked out for you.
No, it happened to be that's when things became legal and I could step out of the kitchen with product and people were paying attention and there were all these markets opening up and starting up.
Right.
It all just happened at that time and I was retired, so I had time to invest in it.
So have you ever caught like any flack behind doing what you do?
Black?
You like any like has anybody like you any hard time? Or,
You know,
like,
quite honestly, quite honestly, I can't say that's happened. I've had a couple of stinker deals,
Right.
but I have never had anybody come at me. I honestly have not. No, nothing.
That's great because the cannabis community is all loving people, like I said, and it's always the outsiders that
Right.
fuck it up. The people that don't
Right.
really smoke weed, they just doing it for a trend or don't eat edibles and don't know. Because you have to be a responsible person when you're taking edibles and
Yes, you do.
smoking flower and doing anything because some people don't know how to control it.
Right.
And you always supposed to be safe. That's the number one thing with it. And I say if you don't be safe, then you shouldn't deal with it.
No, but I found the cannabis community pretty much as a whole to just be so cohesive and accepting of each other and different people and different thoughts and points of view. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you said like it's usually the outsiders that give like the negative responses and all that stuff.
Right.
The negative look.
You know, and even that, I mean, we're becoming more accepted.
Right.
You know, we're out of the driveways and the alleyways.
Times changing. It's a lot of it's a whole
Yeah,
other things.
it's a
that's-
whole different
Yeah.
world out there.
Mama, I really appreciate you. I know the guys really
Oh, I
appreciate you
appreciate
for coming.
Mama's Candy and any and
Setup.
we have a whole
Oh,
little
that's sweet.
setup, bring
Okay.
all our baked goods and if no charge to the person you have in the party.
That's nice.
And the thing is, if they have $500 in sales, I give them an ounce.
Oh, shit. Yo, you hear that?
Oh,
man?
shit, yeah.
You hear that? So listen, you having events where nice events where my mom could pull up and do her thing because her shit's listen, Dre is the guinea pig.
Don't call it down. I'm the tester, man.
So Dre, he gonna test out this 250 milligram brownie from my mom, and we gonna keep track of him,
Okay,
and we gonna blog it.
I
You
wanna know, I wanna know.
Definitely. So,
Yeah,
like I said, appreciate you, Baba, for coming.
appreciate you.
Appreciate the people for tuning in, man. Stoner Talk TV, the highest place to be, every Sunday at 8 with your boy Dr. With a Doctor.
Your boy OG.
Big K.
Last but not least, man, appreciate everybody again for coming out. And Mama and Eastside 8